How's it going, y'all? Today, I was playing Bonelab and I was browsing the many fascinating add-ons in mod.io, and I came across a listing called The Core. And it seemed to me, on the surface, to be a sort of action-adventure shoot-'em-up map in a Best Buy. But upon further inspection and looking through the discussions on the post, it seems there's a little bit more in store here. Some players have mentioned that there are references to pop culture in it, as well as a horror element, and I do like horror. So I'm thinking today we'll go ahead and play it. This is a pretty memory-intensive game. I mean, this has had my headset crash a number of times. This is probably the third attempt I've made at recording this, and I'm going to try and make it work for y'all because I really want to make this happen. I think it's going to be really fun. So I've disabled all of my mods except for this one, and we're going to go in, give it our best shot, and we'll take a look and see what it has to offer. So let's get into it.
Okay, I need you to listen up because twice. Is to eliminate all the nobodies in this building because they killed your dog and stole your car. They should be at the front desk near the TVs. Good luck.
Well, we have our marching orders. As I said, I've disabled all other mods that I've had installed in favor of making as much space and rendering and memory processing for this map as possible. I'm not sure if you can pick it up, but I get a lot of jittery lag on this because there is a lot going on here. This map was obviously made for PC users, and seeing as I am not one, this will be a total experiment. So you and I are in for a real ride. I'm going to go ahead and eat all this ammo, get loaded up, and we'll get going. I think we're ready. Let's go beat these guys up. I mean, tickle them. Oh, shoot. Oh, that's right, they do that. Ugh. Sidearm action. I get a little jittery when I get excited. Ooh, the B movie. Nice. We don't have any Best Buys in my area, and so this is cool. Got any other buddies that want to come out and play? Oh, come on. All right. Come on. Who's out there? Come on, there's got to be more, y'all. Oh, there are back rooms as well. Well, let's go in there first. It's supposed to be. This is strange. Well, now that I have all my ads, or my mods, disabled, this app runs pretty smooth. It seems it's just that beginning sequence that's really memory heavy on this thing. So we're just gonna trudge forward and see what happens, and if it comes to that it crashes again, I'll do some fiddling and then see what can be done about getting this thing to run smoothly. Coca-Cola. And there ain't no one in here. I didn't just kill them all, did I? Don't tell me that was it. Give me more guys, because I got more bullets. Ugh. There is more going on here than... Oh my goodness! What the... I'm thinking I saw this from the wrong angle. Yep, I definitely saw that from the wrong angle. Oh! Well, that's facing the wrong dang way. That's supposed to be facing the other way. Can't see it from that side, you can see it from this one. Well, Dev's gonna get on that then. I feel like I would have seen them all now. I think I must have taken care of them real quick. I was kind of hoping to see more going on in this. This might end up being... There might be a little bit more exploration than shoot 'em up in this than I thought. The heck? Oh. Oh. Well, I'm thinking I can probably put this down. 'Cause there ain't nobody here. I feel really bad because I feel like I should know a little bit more about these. I'm assuming these are maps that the creator worked on. Some source maps, some Counter-Strike source maps maybe. I mean, I've played on that map before. I've seen that one. Of course, I couldn't tell you when or where. It could just be a sort of clone. So, I'm thinking I took care of the problem early and now we're just exploring. Which means I think we just got to take a look around. Yeah, I never really had any experience shopping at a Best Buy. We just never had one in my area. And the sound just cuts immediately out. So that's where they are. I still don't have one. I'd love to get a PS5, but I just don't think that I'd have enough time to really use it. The great thing about this VR headset is, you know, there's really no setup required, and it gets me up and out of my seat. And the older I get, the more I just really don't value activities that you have to sit down for, which is surprising considering I've really come to love reading. And so it's strange that I would not find something like video games, to specifically controller-based, couch potato type games, I'll say. It's strange that I don't see those as enticing as I once did. See, so I'm assuming we were supposed to come here and see the dude standing right there, but it's the JPEG is facing the wrong way. So, and you can't go in these? No. Which I feel like with something like that, I'd want to go in there and just take a look around. Who knows? Let's speed things up a little bit here. Get down over here. But aside from the fact that I really came into this feeling like it was going to be a shoot 'em up, and I was really excited for that, because I do like that kind of stuff. But then when it was cut short so quick, and there really wasn't all that much to offer in that besides, you know, a dozen or so guys, it kind of felt a little premature. I think it ended a little prematurely. And now I feel like I'm kind of missing out on something greater. But if you told me, well, this is an exploration map of a retail store and they got rid of the music, then in that moment I'd say, well, hold on, this is something amazing and extraordinary, and I want in on it. Not to say that I don't love what's here, but I came under the impression that there was going to be a little bit more to it. For any of y'all that have seen other videos of mine, I did back during the pandemic, I had the sickness, and so while I was home, I made a video of me playing a Garry's Mod shoot 'em up map in VR, and it was some of the most fun I've had in VR ever, and it was just a mod for Garry's Mod. And I loved that. That campaign probably took me about 2 hours to play through, and then I cut it down, I think, about to an hour or so worth of video, and it was so much fun. I absolutely loved it, and I would love to find something like that again. So just putting this out there, if y'all know where I could find a map like that, either in Boneworks, or I also play VR Chat and Rec Room and a lot of those other games that have modding capabilities specifically for the Quest, because that's kind of my most reliable form of VR. Please do send it my way, because I would love, love, love to see it. But let's oh my goodness. Hank Schrader scared the juice out of me, man. That's just, can I get in here? Goodness me, that actually scared me. By the way, it just now clicked for me. Someone in the discussion boards for this map post on mod.io mentioned that there was a John Wick reference, and I realized in the beginning sequence, these people that we came in here to kill, they killed our dog, and now I understand. It took me a second. I'm a little slow, y'all. Oh my goodness, how did I not see Hank Schrader right there when I first walked in? That was... maybe I did, and I just didn't recognize it. I wish I had a flashlight. Flat Earth is true. Look at the moon, the parallax. The stars are further behind it. I can see it. The moon's just right there. What is going on here? I think this is just light glitches on this geometry for a cardboard box, it looks like. Yeah. Okay. This is really dark and I can barely see anything, but what I found when editing these videos is the recording comes out much brighter than what I'm actually seeing. So we're just going to press forward here. And there's the lighting. Now, can I climb this? See, there's something now. So that's a doorway to go inside, I believe. Yep, looks like it. Although I'm sure I can't go in it or go through it. Oh no, it totally can. So it's just kind of cool. All right, I'll take it. Looking around, I don't want to miss anything. Again, if y'all watch my videos and y'all are familiar with the maps, or maybe there's just something in the video that y'all saw that I didn't, and I missed something, please do comment and let me know, because I want to make sure that I'm covering these things to the fullest extent. Because these maps, they take a long time to make. I don't have tons of map making experience in really anything except Black Ops 3 Zombies. I messed around with Hammer a little bit and the modding tools, and I found that it really does take a long time, especially not just if you're trying to do, if you're doing like just building buildings, yeah, that'll take a while, but nothing takes as long as trying to figure out how to make a door work or how to make, zones work. For example, if you're doing a zombies map and you got to figure out like how to make room A not turn on the spawners in room B, that stuff is just crazy. Sometimes when there are these little jumps in the video, I will tell y'all that's just me stopping and starting a new recording, because for some reason, when you are recording videos on the Quest, once it's about 15 or so minutes long, those videos almost become impossible to export from the Quest to, for example, a mobile device. I had that issue come up when I was doing my 7-Eleven video, and I'm sure some of y'all noticed that if y'all saw that video. About 11 or 12 minutes in, the video quality gets pretty rough. That's really because I tried to export a 22-minute video, and so I try to be pretty consistent with not making my video segments too long and making pauses at points where I can kind of blend them together. And so that's kind of just my little challenge. I'm still figuring this thing out. I've never really done consistent recorded content, especially something like this. This is all pretty new to me, but I really enjoy this, and I watch a lot of YouTube videos about stuff like this. I'm big into subtle, like psychological horror and just general exploration and sandbox and open world and stuff. That's kind of my thing. That's my niche. And so I like to kind of share what I enjoy with other people and see if I can maybe contribute to the community that's already given me so much and enjoyment. And so that's just kind of what I'm trying to do here. That thing is huge. That thing is massive. Those things are big. I've got one of these, although mine's like the Shark brand, but that's massive. These things are killer. Everyone's making these now. These are pretty neat. I like these. Oh, here comes the jumpiness. There's got to be something in this part of the map, maybe. I don't know how Boneworks functions as far as rendering out maps, if they've got kind of the bit where the part of the map that you're not in decreases in quality or entirely despawns and then comes back into full resolution when you go near it. I'm not quite sure how they do that. I know that's how like Bedrock Minecraft works, and that's the reason that it runs better than like Java, because Java doesn't do that. Now, I feel like I have to do something with this guy. Customer service? Yeah, hi. I'd like to return this. It doesn't work anymore. Give me my money back. While I was living in Austria for a little while, which I shared my 7-Eleven map, I spent a couple years in Europe. Oftentimes I would go to their version of a Best Buy, which was called Mediamarkt, which essentially just in German means media market. And while I was there, I didn't really have any major buying power, and I wasn't in the market for any big tech stuff. I was pretty much working 24/7 and really didn't have any breaks. And so I would just kind of go around and mess with all the stuff that they had. And that's where I kind of started to find a newfound love for flip phones. Because in Europe, you have a lot of refugees that don't have a lot of money. And so a lot of those guys are still rocking the flip phones. And those are some of the coolest things ever. I mean, I've never really realized just how cool they are. Ooh, here's a sign of the times. A GPS. I still got one of these in a box in my room somewhere. Don't think I'd ever sell it, though, because, it's kind of cool. It's like an 8-track player. You never see those anymore. But anyway, I almost swore to myself and to one of my buddies that I worked with that when I got home, I was gonna go and buy a flip phone and kind of, get myself a dumb phone. And I was really gonna do it. But then I realized how easy it is just not to, and how uncomplicated it makes your life. And I found that, with a lot of these youth today that go out of their way to kind of de-tech their life, they want to get rid of all the tech that kind of absorbs them and takes them away from their reality. But I find that that's not really necessary so long as you can practice good technology use habits. For me, that became very easy once I just kind of did my work. And while I was working, I didn't really have any time. I think this side of the store is better because I'm not talking over music. I found that it was much easier to just train myself not to always pick up my phone than to go out of my way and get a piece of technology that was just going to be one more thing. And honestly, it was going to involve me in more. If I didn't have if I had a dumb phone, then I would have had to make sure that I always had a daily planner on me. If if that phone didn't have a calendar, for example, I needed to always make sure that I had a camera. So I kind of do photography and videography, so that's a big thing for me. I would lose, access to a lot of the stuff that I was doing because I had a pretty social media heavy job while I was gone. And I would lose that because I still do a lot of stuff with social media. I mean, hello, YouTube. I still do a lot of social media stuff, and I would lose that if I got the flip phone. Now, yes, some people have said, well, what you can do then is have a flip phone for all of your days when you're out and use a smartphone for when you're doing stuff like this. And yes, you can do that. But I found that if I could just master and control my impulses, that was going to be the best thing to do. And I didn't need to worry about whether or not I had a flip phone when I just taught myself how not to keep picking it up just to get rid of boredom. Anyway, that's my rant. Let's go back up to the front. I really talked y'all's ear off. My bad. I mean, I guess, hey, y'all clicked on this video, so that's on you. So what's funny is there are 2 armored vehicles, and yet I'm the only guy in there. Let's explore here. I know there was a radio here. Can I still interact with it? No. Let's walk around the parking lot a little bit and see what we see. Because sometimes folks like to hide stuff. Now there's a glowing thing on the wall here in a couple places. I'm sure it's just a lighting glitch, but I want to check it out. In which case it is. And this is a really cool map, and I'm gonna have to, I think I gotta find a good place to get a thumbnail. I think this might be it. This is a pretty cool map. You never see sodium vapor lamps anymore. It's all LED now, which I think is kind of taken the magic away from nighttime. Now, I'm sure there are still some smaller areas that have them still. I only know of one in my entire town left. When I was born, my town had about 20 to 25,000 people. And I got home from Europe about 3 months ago now, a little over 3 months. And now it's almost at 110,000 people. And so the town has just been ridded of all of the old town, small town vibe stuff. Like, they got rid of my Burger King. We used to have 2 in my town, and they got rid of both of them. They took away all the stuff that really made our town unique. They got rid of all of our kind of mom and pop gas stations and such. And now it's all the big chain. We got 7-Eleven now and a bunch of other stuff. And Oh, goodness, the music. And so we kind of lost a lot of that. But I think there's some benefits to it. I mean, there's good shopping, but it's so expensive to live in my town now. And back on the original topic, we don't have sodium vapor lamps anymore, except in the parking lot of my old elementary school, which, fortunately enough, I live in the neighborhood right across from it. So that's kind of cool. I get to see them anytime I pull out of my neighborhood at night. I'm thinking there's nothing left here. I might have to close up, which I was kind of sad about because I wanted to check this out. I gotta get away from this music, y'all. It's cool for like when you're shooting stuff, but I'm not shooting stuff. I kind of wish there was more in this, but I think it's still a really cool map. And I think I really would recommend y'all check it out. I'll put a link to it down in the description, and I'll mention that in the outro. But I really do like these, and I found other maps that I want to check out. So I'm going to try and do them in shorter videos, kind of more digestible videos, so to say. And so I have found, just as a kind of a teaser, I found a Wendy's map. And I am really excited to check it out. What I would love to find is a Waffle House. Now, I grew up in an area, in a region, I'll call it, where Waffle House is king. It's the perfect place. It's the kind of place where you've got to get in the octagon and fight the cook if you want a waffle. And the hilarious thing about Waffle House is the waffle ain't even the best thing on the menu. So that's why I love it, And the people there are always super nice, just not to each other. The cook and the host or hostess, they're always arguing. But when they walk up to the table, they're the nicest people ever. And I don't know, maybe that's just in my area, but I absolutely just love Waffle House. And so I've been trying to find a map somewhere to walk through to be able to kind of get that authentic Waffle House experience. So I'll say this. If there is a map like this, where it's kind of go in and, full John Wick, and it's a Waffle House, that would be amazing. Even like a Waffle House the size of a Best Buy, and you have to like weave through different parts of Waffle House, that would be amazing. If y'all know of something like that, or if you're up to the challenge of making a map like that, let me know, because I would love to check that out. Well, thank y'all so much for watching this video. I had a really good time in the beginning, and oh my goodness, my freaking dog. Well, thank y'all so much for watching this video. I really had a blast with this, and I just wish it was a little longer. And I think some folks in the discussion panel on this page even noted that it's a little short. But I mean, the map is beautifully decorated, and I love the ambience of the whole thing. I wish there was more. But there were some great horror elements, some subtle ones that were great. I think there were some points where it felt either a little gimmicky or that it wasn't executed right, which I think was really kind of more the latter. But this was still a beautiful map, and I would love to see a longer version of this. It was also kind of a nice walk down memory lane, kind of seeing some of the stuff that I remember. Yeah, if you'd like to play this map, then I'll put the link to it down in the description. Also, if you'd like to support me, I'd appreciate it if you liked and commented, as well as subscribe to the channel. And if you want to go a couple steps further and donate, just to kind of help me out and give me some more time to work on these, because I do have a full-time job. If you'd like to support me, I also have a link to my Linktree down there where you can find my Ko-fi account and my Patreon. I'm so thankful for y'all and for the positive feedback that I've gotten so far for these videos. And until the next video, y'all take care.